What's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tess and I'm an esthetician at Dermaplus, which is a medical spa in San Francisco, California. Love it so much. Please come see me. Today's video is going to be 5 skin tips. These might help you in your practice if you are an esthetician and doing your skin analyses with your clients to kind of figure out what they might be doing that's not benefiting their skin to help yield better results for them. This also might just help you if you are looking to kind of change your skincare routine. You're not quite sure about how to best care for your skin. These tips will definitely help. So join me, grab a coffee, and let's get into the tips. Okay, I've said this so many times on my channel, but I feel like I should repeat myself a few times in case you guys miss it. First tip is to use an alcohol-free toner. This is the one I use. It is by Dermaplus, of course, and it is our hydrating toner. It has panthenol, glycerin, and aloe. Panthenol specifically is really going to help the skin rebound. The key thing I want to get at here is to make sure you are using a toner. It is super crucial because after you cleanse, you're using a product that will probably throw your pH off a little bit, and water in itself is a chemical, and in different cities, especially like San Francisco, the water pH can be as high as 8.5. So you're doing your cleanse, you think you're doing everything right, you're going in with your expensive serums after you cleanse. If the skin isn't balanced and restored to a normal pH before you go in with all your serums, they really might not be as effective as you think they are. So it's really important to just get the pH back to normal before you go in with extra products. I know a lot of people think of toner and they think of something super harsh. Like when I grew up in the 90s, we all had sea breeze in our medicine cabinets. That is really more of an astringent, and there's a bunch of different categories within toners. What I suggest for most people is going with a hydrating toner to really hydrate the skin, rebalance, rejuvenate, get rid of any extra debris, and again, normalize the pH before you go in with any other products. If you are truly more acneic and you live in a humid climate, or you just really struggle with breakouts, I would suggest looking for a salicylic acid toner as opposed to a more hydrating one. We also have a salicylic acid toner on our Dermaplus store. I'm never paid or asked or sponsored to talk about Dermaplus products. I just use them on my clients and I know they work. They are professional grade, highest quality ingredients, hand blended by us. So it's the stuff, you guys. So get yourself a toner. Number 2 is using the right cleanser. So not to throw shade, but this is a super popular cleanser. They probably sell it at your dermatologist's office. We all see it in CVS, and people just think this is a great basic cleanser. Problem with this cleanser, and a lot of cleansers like it, especially from the drugstore, is that it is full of fragrances, colorants, dyes, synthetics, fillers, just unnecessary things that are going to really strip your skin, compromise your barrier function, and just not be effective in the long run. So the first product I really suggest investing in, rather than a bunch of masks or serums or moisturizer even, is a really good cleanser. We do sell one at Dermaplus. It's formulated with sodium cocoyl sulfate, which is a sulfate derived from coconuts. So it's a gentle way to get that little foaming action a lot of people like, that feels really satisfying without stripping your skin. So cleanser is honestly one of the first things I want to talk to my clients about. I want to make sure they are on a good cleanser, a hydrating toner, and a great moisturizer third before we go into masks, again, serums, those other more concentrated products. First and foremost, just get them on a hydrating basic cleanser. But you really want to avoid, again, overstripping the skin, which is going to lead to dead skin cell buildup, breakouts, messing with your oil production levels, and stripping the acid mantle. So cleanser, number 2 most important thing. Third thing you want to avoid is harsh physical scrubs. I know this brand is like notorious in the beauty community now for being something you want to avoid, which is crazy because in the 90s, 2000s, early 2000s to late 2000s, this was like the thing. Everyone had this, everyone loved how satisfying it felt. It left the skin feeling really glowy and fresh. So it might feel good immediately, but it's again one of those things over time that is really going to compromise your barrier. So what harsh physical scrubs like the St. Ives product does is it has non-even particles which are really rough, and they are going to cause micro tears, lacerations, and something called fissures in the skin. So you might not see the damage right away, but it's really in the acid mantle. You are causing tiny little tears in the skin, and when you do that, again, you're compromising the acid mantle, which means different things can penetrate. Again, the pH can get thrown off, and you really are damaging the deeper layers of the skin. So when that happens, it can really lead to dehydration and kind of oversensitizing the skin. We do an aloe mask at Dermaplus, and it is a very active aloe-based product that is intended to heal and hydrate the skin. When I put it on some clients, they feel super active, more so than others, and that is because they do have these fissures in the skin, which is damage to the acid mantle, which is allowing the product to really penetrate deeper than it should because of these little micro tears. So again, you want to avoid harsh physical scrubs. A better alternative, and if you have this, by the way, you don't need to throw it out. You could use it on your hands, your elbows, your feet. That would be amazing. But it is way too harsh for the face. So yeah, probably just use this on like the heels of your feet and your elbows. But a much better alternative would be a very gentle physical scrub with even particles. Something that's made with like a sodium bicarbonate is eco-friendly, and it will dissolve completely, so it won't damage the environment, it won't damage your skin cells. Again, we do have a product like that on the Dermaplus store, but using something like that, or even a Clarisonic to buff away any dead skin cells, I think using a physical exfoliant in combination with gentle AHAs or more intensive peel treatments done every 2 weeks or so is a much better, more effective way to get glowing, gorgeous skin in the long term than getting that like short-term effect of feeling like the skin is really soft. So avoid harsh physical scrubs. The fourth tip I want to touch on is something we all do, and I just gotta say it, picking at your blemishes and your zits. I know it is so tempting. None of us want to walk around with pimples and whiteheads and blackheads on our faces, but it is so important that you don't touch them, because touching them will spread bacteria, and extracting them improperly with hands that might be dirty, even though you think they're clean, and using your fingernail can really lead to acne scarring and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So the best thing to do is obviously come to a licensed esthetician, find someone who's really good at extractions, make sure extractions are built into the facial, because not every facial does, but go to a professional who's going to make sure they extract your blemishes properly, and most importantly at the right time. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is extracting them prematurely, feeling like they see something underground which might be cystic and definitely not ready to extract, and just feeling like it bothers them. They just want to get rid of it, so they go in without their skin prepped at all and manually just try to get it out. We all know most times it doesn't come out, it's not ready, and it just ends up exacerbating the problem and damaging the skin. So please avoid it. Go to an esthetician if you can. If you must extract this pimple, there is a way to do it properly, and I only suggest extracting it if it is like a clear cut whitehead that is totally come to the surface. You see the white sebum and you know it's ready. If you do need to extract it, do it after the shower. Make sure you have wrapped your fingers and make sure you're not using your fingernail. You want to go in like a gentle rolling motion to kind of bring it to the surface gently. If it doesn't come up after like 3 tries, I say you're out. Just leave it, let it be. Maybe revisit it in a day or 2, but just don't try to force anything that is not ready. After you extract, you want to make sure you use something like a post-extraction solution or fluid. Dermalogica does have one. Or use a toner to make sure you kind of sanitize any bacteria that's on the skin. Another reason this is really amazing to have your esthetician do is because she can make sure to go over the blemish with high frequency to really kill the bacteria on contact and help to reduce any inflammation. So going to your esthetician is always the best option for feeling like you have a lot of congestion and breakouts. Just leave it to the professionals. The 5th and final tip is using bar soaps. So I hope you guys aren't doing this. There's always that one person in SD school who, when you're talking about your skincare routines, they just say they're using bar soaps, they've used it forever, it works for them. This was something I remember growing up and asking my mom if we had face wash, and she said, just use bar soap. So the problem with bar soaps is that they are usually super alkaline. They have binders and different ingredients that are again going to strip the acid mantle and really compromise the barrier function of the skin. So I know this is like a super cliche, outdated form of bar soaps. It smells honestly really good, but again, it's filled with a ton of synthetic fragrances and ingredients. But I know there's a bunch of like, you know, non-toxic, clean, natural bar soaps on the market. I talked to a friend the other day who's really excited because she is using a bar soap for her face and her hair. She loves that it's eco-friendly. It's one of those bar soaps that doesn't leave any waste behind. It just dissolves, and that is amazing. The problem is, again, the different binders and the pH of these soaps. The different things they have to use to keep it in that solid form really are too harsh for the skin. I hate to say it, but it really is the case. I've also had a ton of clients be super proud that they're using bar soaps. It might be like an organic one from Whole Foods or from the farmer's market that uses, you know, like organic goat milk and all these amazing essential oils, but the issue again is the binders and the different ingredients that make the pH just too harsh for our skin. So I gotta say, avoid bar soaps, even if they are eco-friendly and seem like a really natural, fresh, organic option. They are just not good for the face. And I'll go as far to say this is way too harsh to use on your body. So if you, your boyfriend, somebody is using bar soap in the shower, just get rid of it. Okay, that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. And comment down below if you did like it, and I'll be sure to film part 2. I'm really anxious to do that, so let me know what you guys think, and wishing you the best of luck in taking care of your skin and your client's skin. Again, if you have any other questions, just comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
She said, baby, I'm afraid to fall in love. So what if it's not reciprocated?